Um, this is our final 3-week cycle for this year. We're hoping to do more next year, and some with exciting themes. I'm hoping we will do women composers series of workshops, so that will be exciting. It will include, of course, Hildegard of Bingen, I'm sure, Claire, if I may say so. And also a composer from the 9th century called Cassia or Cassia, who lived in Constantinople in the 9th century and wrote some wonderful songs. So that'll be in the new year. For now, we're today on medieval repertoire, and next week a final Sephardic workshop. Today we're doing a song by Guillaume De Marshaw. I don't know if you're all familiar with Marshaw. He was one of the most important composers and poets in the 14th century. Very influential. People say that Chaucer liked him very much too. And in fact, there is a story that they actually met. Chaucer was taken prisoner near Reims, where Marshaw lived, and there is some rumor that they met, but whether that's true or not, we don't know. But anyway, he was, as I said, a poet as well as a composer, so he continued really the troubadour tradition. And in fact, the themes of a lot of his songs were courtly love, and it's always about some lady who's unreachable and whom he loves very much. And that's the case with the song we're doing today. But I just wanted to mention also that Marshaw also wrote the first mass that was conceived by and written by one single composer. And this is the Messe de Notre Dame, a beautiful piece of music. So, but today we're dealing with the song. The structure of this song is a virilai. Virilai is the French form of a song that has verse and refrain, verse, chorus. I won't bore you too much with the technical details of it, but it is one thing is that part of the verse is the same music as the chorus. So that's one of the things that we have already encountered in the laudes. We've done 2 Italian laudes in this series. I don't know if you remember, and it was like that as well, that some of the last part of the verse is the same as the chorus. And it was, in fact, the case with English carol, which isn't just a Christmas carol. Carol just means the structure of verse and chorus. And from Spain, Galician cantigas have got that structure as well. So it was done all over medieval Europe, and the French version is called virilai. So today, Douce Dame, jolie is one of the best known medieval melodies, really. It's done by, it has been rearranged and done by many bands and groups that are not doing medieval music as well. So it's very, very popular. And I'm excited to share that today. We're trying sort of medieval French, which is slightly different to the French you might be familiar with, but I can't claim to be an authority on it. And I've also found in my research that nobody agrees exactly on the pronunciation. There are various theories. So we're just doing a kind of mixture of modern French and some medieval way of pronouncing. Now, this song, as I mentioned, is very much in the tradition of courtly love songs. This is to a beautiful and sweet lady. I don't know if you have the translation. I probably didn't give it, did I, Steph? No. Okay, I will go with each verse. The first verse, Douce Dame. So we are pronouncing the E's at the end. This is something you do in modern French as well in songs, that we, unlike the spoken way, we do pronounce the E's at the end as a sort of neutral vowel, as an Douce Dame, jolie. So we've got 3 of those here. Sweet, beautiful lady. pour Dieu, ne pensés mieux. Pour Dieu is like pour l'amour de Dieu, for God's sake. Do not think that anyone rules over me but you alone. Que nulle signourie sur moi. We're going to do here the old way of, here is a mistake in the, it's sur, it should be S-U-R, there's no E there. So sur moi, for vous, seulement. But you alone, over me. So the signourie is the ruling over me, but you alone. Let's go with the melody for now. I will do it in a key that will go up to a D. If that's too high, we will do later a tone lower for others to join as well. Let's stay with D minor for now. And here is the first line. Douce Dame jolie. Let's do that again. Douce Dame jolie. Then, pour Dieu ne pensés mieux. Let's do that again from the beginning. Douce Dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mieux. Now, que nulle signourie sur moi, for vous seulement. So, you see that line 3 is again the same as line 1. So I think let's do the whole thing again slowly like this. We will do it a bit faster later. And 1 and 2. Douce Dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mieux, que nulle signourie sur moi, for vous seulement. Right, so now we come to the next section. Qu'adès sans tricherie. Qu'adès sans tricherie. So endlessly and without falsehood. Chérie, vous, humblement. I have cherished you and humbly. Tous les jours de ma vie, all the days of my life. Servie, I have served you. Sans vilain pensement, without any bad thought or any unworthy thought. Right, so this goes. Qu'adès sans tricherie. Let's do that again. Qu'adès sans tricherie. Chérie, vous humblement. I will do that a few times from the beginning of that section. Qu'adès sans tricherie, chérie, vous humblement. Now I want to do that again. And Qu'adès sans tricherie, chérie, vous humblement. Now again, line 3 is like line 1. Tous les jours de ma vie, Servie sans vilain pensement. So let's do again from line 3. And the ending is then just an ending. And in line 2, it went up in order to lead to a repeat. And now in line 4, it leads to an ending of that section. So from tous les jours. Tous les jours de ma vie, Servie, sans vilain pensement. So I'd like to do again from the very beginning to up to here. I will do 1, 2, 3, 4. Douce Dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mire, que nulle signourie, sur moi for vous seulement. Qu'adès tricherie, Chérie, vous humblement, tous les jours de ma vie, Servie, sans vilain pensement. And for the next section, we are back to the music of the first 4 lines. So, Hélas, et je mendie. So, alas, and I beg. D'espérance et d'aïe, for hope and relief or aid. Dont ma joie. So here we're not doing the joie of the modern French, but dont ma joie est finie. For my joy is finished. Si pité ne vous en prend. If you don't take pity on me. So here we go. The same melody as the first 4 lines. Hélas, et je mendie d'espérance et d'aïe, dont ma joie est finie, si pité ne vous en prend. Let's do that verse again. Hélas, et je mendie d'espérance et d'aïe, dont ma joie est finie, si pité ne vous en prend. So that's that is now the first section. What we're doing next is just a repeat of that. We would start with the music and text of the first 4 lines, Douce Dame jolie, followed by the B section. So, Steph, if we could have the whole, the next 2, Mais, vous, douce maitrie, is that? Yeah, exactly. So before that, we're doing Douce Dame jolie again. So I will do it a little faster. Douce Dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mire, que nulle signourie, sur moi for vous seulement. And now B section. Mais vous, douce maitrie, maitrie, mon cœur si durement, qu'elle le contralie et lie en amour tellement. So that section means, but your sweet mastery masters my heart so harshly, maitrie mon cœur si durement, qu'elle le contralie, so that it torments it and binds it in so much love, qu'elle le contralie et lie en amour tellement. So this B section, in case it is too high for some, I'd like to do it a tone lower. So let's mustn't get confused here. So we've done let's do Mais, vous, douce maitrie lower. Mais vous, douce maitrie, maitrie mon cœur si durement, qu'elle le contralie et lie en amour tellement. So you see that as a clever use of words here. The maitrie is a noun and then a verb. So Marshaw did lots of things like that. Very clever poet. So, okay, so then we've got that B section leads us back to the next one, Qu'il n'a de rien envie, yeah, which is again the music of the beginning. So, Qu'il n'a de rien envie, so that this is still referring to the heart, mon cœur. So this heart has nothing else to desire. It desires nothing for d'être en vos baillis, but to be in your service. And et ce ne lie autri vos cœurs nulle alligement. And yet your heart grants it no relief, nulle alligement. So the cruelty of the unreachable lady there. So this bit, we're going back tone higher, because even for those of you who don't like singing high notes, this A section is not high. So, and qu'il n'a de rien envie, for d'être à vous baillir, et ce ne lie autri, vous cœur nul alligement. So, I hope the structure is clear. We do A, B, A, and then we do A, B, A again. That's basically the whole thing. I'd like us to go through, maybe I should do the last bit one more time from the B section. Mais vous, douce maitrie, maitrie mon cœur si durement. Let's do that again. And 1 and 2. Mais vous, douce maitrie, maitrie mon cœur si durement, qu'elle le contralie et lie en amour tellement. And we go to the next section. Qu'il n'a de rien envie, for d'être à vous baillir, et ce ne lie autri, vous cœur nul alligement. So, I hope that's all okay, and we can run the whole thing from the beginning. So you've got all the lyrics there. The only thing that's missing is you must remember that after Hélas et mendie, that's the third section, you're going back to the very beginning. Yeah, so you're singing Douce Dame, jolie again before doing the final two. So there, it's six sections in total. Right, I think we're ready for a run through. And the tempo will be a sort of, let's 3, 4. Douce dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mille, que nulle signourie, sur les for vous seulement. Qu'adès tricherie, chérie, vous humblement, tous les jours de ma vie, Servie, sans vil pensement. Hélas, mendie, d'espérance et d'haïr, dans ma joie finie, si pité ne vous en prend. And repeat the beginning. Douce dame jolie, pour Dieu ne pensés mille, que nulle signourie, sur moi for vous seulement. Mais vous, douce maitrie, mon cœur si durement, qu'elle le contralie, il lie en amour tellement qu'il n'a de rien envie, fort d'être en vous baillir, et ce ne lie autrie, vous que nul allégeement. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. It's a beautiful song, I think, and okay. So we will do that again in 2 weeks' time when we do our sing through. There is really a third verse, so but I thought it would be too much, but actually now I realize it would have been okay. But I don't want to do that now. I will teach the third verse, which means we would do the first section again after the second verse, and then have a third verse. I will teach that in 2 weeks' time when we do our recital. So we have the complete, that's quite typical structure for the virelai, 3 verses. So, but before we go, I hope there's time. I have a round from Russia, which I think is a kind of lullaby. You see, I can't let go of lullabies. A lullaby from Russia, which is a vocalise and very simple, but it sounds wonderful when you do it as a round. So when we sing that, I will record it for you as well over the weekend, together with the Sephardic song for next week. So you, I want to just run through it again already now, because it's a beautiful, simple round, and it's just on A. And it goes, you may even be familiar with it. So it goes like this. So this is the first section. Then the next person would come in, and the second section goes. This is the second section, and then the third one is so I will go through it one more time, and then if you like it, you can learn it from the recording. So I hope one day we can do live workshops, and then you'll hear how beautiful that sounds when everyone is doing it as a round. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining. Just to say, next Friday we do Sephardic, and in 2 weeks' time our mini recital. The film of my solo program is still available for nearly a week. And anything else, Claire? Something about the carols, maybe?
Oh yeah, just to say thank you to everyone who signed up for the carol course, which will start on the 13th of November. If you haven't already done that, Steph is going to put up the link, so you can go through and book that. You can book it either the whole course, in which case you get 6 for the price of 5. So that will be £25, and that will run from the 13th of November to the 18th of December. We've listed everything on the website, so you can see what we're going to be doing there. We've got some plans, but if you've got any ideas for anything that you'd like to us to tackle, there are spaces for some other requests, so let us know. I think that's it, really. Thank you so much. We're taking a break from home tour on Wednesdays now. We hope, we're planning this now, we are going to try and, government restrictions permitting, do a couple of concerts, hour-long concerts of carols in North London and in Hove. We will let you know more about when those are, but I think the plan would be to do 2 different programs in both locations of an hour each, so you could come to one or the other or both if you're keen, because it's quite a challenge making it financially viable when there are so few places in the church, and that seems to be the way around it. So, and then we would record those and broadcast them like we've done with, so we'll have a mini home tour for Christmas, and that will be repertoire that we'll be doing in retreat sessions. But then in retreat we'll be back in the new year, and as Ariane says, the plans are to do some a focus on women composers for part of that, as well as to carry on with more of the same kind of pieces that we've been looking at, and then to do a series of films so we can reprise those just in the same way as we did over the past few months. So I hope that will make sense. And then there are 2 concert plays that we're working on that will also be released as part of that. I think that's it. I think we should sing.
Yes, maybe we should sing the Douce Dame, the first section. Douce Dame, jolie. Over to you.
Douce Dame, jolie, oh Dieu nous pense, nulle, signourie, seulement, seulement.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
See you next week. Thank you so much for everything. Keep singing, and we'll see you next Friday for more of the same. Do watch Ariane's beautiful film if you haven't already done so.